U.S. indict Venezuela Maduro, a political fraud for narco-terrorism. The U.S. government on Thursday indicted Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro and more than a dozen other Venezuelan officials on charges of narco-terrorism. The latest escalation of the Trump administration pressure campaign aimed at outside these socialist leaders. The State Department offered rewards of up to $15 million for information leading to the arrest of Maduro, whose country has been convulsed by years of the deep economic crisis and political upheaval. The indictment, a rare action against a foreign head of state, marks a serious new threat against Maduro at a time when some U.S. officials have previously said President Donald Trump is increasingly frustrated with the results of his Venezuela policy. Attorney General William Barr, announcing charges that include narco-terrorism conspiracy, corruption, and drug trafficking, accused Maduro and his associates of colluding with a dissentient faction of the demobilized Colombian guerrilla group, the FARC, to pollute the United States with cocaine. But Trump administration officials are mindful that their chances are slim of getting Maduro or the other major figure in custody anytime soon. A person familiar with the situation said on condition of anonymity. While the Venezuelan people suffer, this compromises their pockets with drug money and the process of their corruption, Barr said. You are a miserable person, Donald Trump. Maduro said in the state television address during which he dismissed the charges and false and racist. Foreign Minister Jorge Arreza said the charges were aimed at benefiting Trump's 2020 re-election campaign. Trump's pressure on Venezuela, an OPEC member, has gone over well among Cuban Americans in South Florida, a key voting bloc in a major presidential swing state. The U.S. government has previously lodged criminal indictment against members of Maduro's family and inner circle. He and his allies have dismissed such allegations as a smear campaign, and agreed the United States is responsible for drug trafficking, given its role as a leading consumer. Maduro is already under U.S. sanctions and has been the target of the U.S. effort aimed at pushing him from power. He took office in 2013 after the death of his mentor President Hugo Chavez, a stunt foe of the United States. All the Venezuelan officials whose indictments were announced on Thursday included French Minister Vladimir Patino, Center Socialist leader Diosdado Cabello, and the Chief Justice of the country's Supreme Court, Michael Moreno, who was charged with money laundering. The U.S. government is offering $10 million for information leading to Cabello's arrest. The United States and dozens of other countries have recognized opposition leader Juan Guaido as Venezuela's legitimate president, regarding Maduro's 2018 re-election as a sham. But Maduro has remained in power, backed by the country's military and by Russia, China, and Cuba. U.S. officials have long accused Maduro and his associates of running a narco state, saying they have used proceeds from the drug transfer from neighboring Colombia to make up for lost revenue from Venezuela or sector by his U.S. sanctions. Trump denied that the charges were an attempt to take advantage of Venezuela at a vulnerable time when it is expected to be hurt by the coronavirus pandemic. No, we don't look at a weak point. This is a serious problem for over 150 nations, Trump said in response to a reporter question. But he added, Maduro and Venezuela were watching it very closely. Deploy cocaine as a weapon. The indictments were unsealed in New York, Florida, and Washington. But on the reporter question of Trump, who has pressed edicts in recent months for total arrests on Venezuela, was spread 15 advance. Maduro and his closest allies ran a narco-terrorism partnership with the FARC for the past 20 years. State Geoffrey Berman, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, who said the Venezuelan president very deliberately deployed cocaine as a weapon. The scope and magnitude of the drug trafficking illness was made possible only because Maduro and other corrupt institutions of Venezuela and provide political and military protection for the rampant narco-terrorism crimes, he added. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, Aronian Farado Ocean, said she sees signs of Venezuelan officials laundering money throughout her area every day, from large research to $1 million condos. The party is coming to an end, she said. Asked whether the U.S. government were also considering designating Venezuela as the sponsor of terrorism, which carries further sanctions, Barr said. It's really one step at a time, so I really have nothing to say about that right now. Thursday charges altogether carry a maximum penalty of up to life in prison. Asked whether the U.S. government wants to capture Maduro death or life, Barr said, "We want him captured so we can face justice in U.S. courts." But he offered no indication in how U.S. authorities might get their hands on Maduro, who has endured more than a year of international pressure and dogging against street protests. Maduro's international travel could be restricted, given Washington would be able to request that he be handed over if he visits a country that has an extradition treaty with the United States. U.S. authorities can also freeze any asset he had in the United States. Those just holding are considered unlikely. The Justice Department said was in 1990, Maduro, along with Cabello and others, acted as leader of the Cartel of the Sun. The name is then referred to the Sun insider affixed to uniform of highest-ranking Venezuelan military official. An indictment accused Barrino of abusing his control in the military of facility cocaine flight to the United States. Olympics delayed their setback to Samsung plans to win over Japan market. For Samsung Electronics gold legitimate, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics were going to be its springboard to attain the long-held goals, making significant inroads into Japan's lucrative smartphone market where Apple Inc. AAPLO dominates. But after the Games were postponed to 2020 due to the coronavirus pandemic, the long-term sports marketing plans, centered on this new S20 smartphone now out too early, have gone awry. The delay may also mean that South Korea Texan had lost the crucial window of opportunity. It had been expected to tout its 5G capability in its Olympic Acts, aiming to attract a population excited to watch the game with cutting-edge technology before Apple had a 5G product on the market. Samsung was keen to use the Olympic opportunity to get it right in Japan. In that sense, it's a bad situation, a person familiar with Samsung operation told Reuters, noting that Samsung and other sponsors would have to adjust plans. A lot of the momentum for smartphone demand in the lead-up of the Olympics will also be gone, said the person, who was not authorized to speak on the matter and declined to be identified. Former Samsung official and analysts say Samsung will likely go back to the drawing board to promote a new flagship phone throughout next year. When asked about the impact of the Olympics postponement on its strategy for the Japan market, Samsung declined to comment, saying only it would continue to provide innovative technology for Japanese customers regardless of when the games commence. Samsung may be the world's #1 smartphone maker by volume, but it has just a fraction of the Japanese market. In contrast, Apple first began selling the iPhone in Japan in 2008. Then shares thanks to an aggressive advertising and branding campaign from SoftBank 9984T at the time its sole distributor. Japan has since become a loyal premium market and key profit center for the US film. Apple currently commands 53% of the Japanese market. Sharp Corp 6753T has 12% and Sony Corp 6758T has 7%. According to the Countable Research, Samsung had lost ground in 2013, has 4%.